step to the court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. As my name is Todd Duke, alongside Dr. Chris McCluskey, we are going to bring you this one. Oh, Zach Roseman will be here a little later, too, after he does his band duty, as we get you set here for this big Southwestern Conference matchup, early big Southwestern Conference matchup between Collinsville and East St. Louis. Collinsville comes in with a record of 5-0, and East St. Louis comes in with a record of 3-2. As we welcome you into the Chiropractic Works pregame show, brought to you by Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew from Chiropractic Works, who happens to be on the other microphone. What's going on at Chiropractic Works, sir?
Hey, thanks for having us, Todd. You know what? We're just taking care of as many people as we can, but we're most excited for a little Kahok basketball on a Tuesday night, kind of a bonus. You know, normally we got to wait for the weekends to have a show, but tonight we've got Collinsville Kahawks versus East St. Louis Flyers. The gym is packed tonight, and this is going to be a much anticipated matchup.
Yeah, I was just commenting to somebody else a minute ago. This is the most people I've seen in this gym on a Tuesday night in a long, long time. So you were here Friday night for the home opener against O'Fallon. Give us your thoughts on that game.
You know what? Collinsville came in very confident after some convincing wins down south. We knew that those of us who know basketball knew O'Fallon was going to come in, believing that they could beat us, and they did. They came in strong. The thing I was a little surprised about was we allowed them to spread us out, and they really took advantage of our paint. We got in foul trouble early. We stayed in foul trouble. But, Skeet, Mr. Kawan Smith, kind of bailed Collinsville out during that matchup. He probably had the best game of his career. And that's what it's going to take for this Kahok group. We know Rayshawn Taylor is going to lead the charge, but you're going to have some necessity of a Kawan Smith or a David Granger or a Nate Hall to come in and have big games to go ahead and allow Collinsville to win those big games. The thing I really liked was last year we won a lot of games, but the big games we just didn't win. Rayshawn Taylor showed some prowess and some leadership by attracting the defense, dishing off to Kawan Smith, and allowing him to take that game, eventually winning shot. And I thought that was the story of the game, was Rayshawn's leadership. Remember Alton last year and a couple other games where he just felt like he had to do it all himself. So, shouldn't have been that close, but a team effort allowed us to bring home that victory.
Unselfishness on the star player's part, that is for sure. All right, well, a little bit of a different treat for you tonight. Instead of bringing you an interview with head coach Darren Lee, I decided I'm going to talk to some seniors this year. So I had a chance that I tracked down senior Laurent Geladini a little while ago, and we'll pass our conversation along to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Tonight we're back at home, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, second home game of the year, second Southwestern Conference game of the year. And it's kind of a big one for being early in the season against East St. Louis. Joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville senior Laurent Geladini. Let's get to know Laurent just a little bit off of the basketball court. And first question you cannot answer, video games, television, or phone. When you're not playing basketball, what do you like to do?
I usually just hang out with my friends, usually most of the time. If not out of the practice, I usually just sleep because I need to get as much rest as I can.
Hard being a high schooler, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is homework and then trying to with basketball, so I got to get some rest.
All right, what's your favorite subject?
Probably math. I like doing a lot dealing with numbers and stuff.
So that has a little bit to do with the basketball, right? It's a numbers game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me, if you weren't playing basketball, what sport would you be playing?
Probably track. I feel like I would be a good runner, a real long distance runner. So that's what I'll probably be doing.
All right, favorite sport to watch on TV or in person?
I like watching football a lot. If it's not football, then it has to be or college basketball.
I figured you were going to get to basketball sooner or later. So you a basketball kid? You had one of those what they call a gym rat? Been doing this stuff for a long time. Little Laurent growing up into the senior Laurent now.
Well, I started playing whenever I was in, like, my first official was in 7th grade. The coaches always told me to just come out and try out, so I tried it out in 7th grade. I wasn't real good, and then 8th grade, during 7th grade summer, I started working, started 8th grade, and then now here I am in high school, just keep working.
All right, what's your favorite team about this current team?
Our chemistry. I feel like our chemistry is just, us seniors, we know how to play with each other, so with us on the court, I feel like nobody can beat us.
All right, so when you're hanging out with the guys, what are you guys normally doing when it's not involving basketball? Because I know as a team you guys hang out together too.
Yeah, we if it's not basketball, it's usually we either go out to eat or just go hang out with like some of us.
All right, tell us a little bit about your family. I had your little brother's helping my camera in the last game, so tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, I got a little brother, he's a freshman, he goes here, he plays for the freshman team, and then my mom and dad, they work at Red Apple, so that's a little bit about them.
All right, what are your plans, if you can tell me what your plans are right now after high school, if you know?
Well, I'm waiting to see after the season if I get any offers or anything, or small division schools, it doesn't matter, I'll play anywhere. If not, then I'm just going to go to probably SWIC or SIUE and get my degree and stuff.
And what would that major be, and what is the career in mind?
It's either going to be something with business or a sports trainer. One of the two.
I thought it was going to be numbers.
I don't know if I know numbers. I want to do something different.
All right, let's talk about basketball, man. The home opener on Friday against O'Fallon. Were you guys expecting to be that much of a nail biter and a knockout, drag out affair that it was?
I knew it was going to be a good game because they were. I know they're going to be hungry. Every team we play is going to be. They're going to be trying to come for us, but we're going to come right back at them. We're going to win the game.
You had a nice afternoon or a nice evening on the rebound, having some success early on in the boards. Is that something you work on as part of your game?
Yes, sir. Every day I got to rebound. If I want to play, I got to rebound and play defense. So.
All right, tell me where you were and what was going through your mind when Rayshawn Taylor ditched it over here in the corner to Kawan Smith and he hit that big three-pointer.
Well, Kawan, he had the jumper before, and right when he passed, I knew he was going to go in and he held his follow-through, so I knew he was going to go in and win the game for us.
Then you guys had to kind of hold on and hope that they didn't get one of those half-court shots.
Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't going in. I knew.
All right, got East St. Louis tonight, so no easy task coming right off the win over O'Fallon. So how do you see this game going tonight? What do you guys have to do?
Well, we got to play defense, help side, and we most definitely got to rebound. That's what we got to do and run our offense patient.
Thanks for the visit, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Laurent Geladini, one of your senior Collinsville Kahawks this year. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting rosters for you and more names and more numbers. All that more coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game. Some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey alongside Zach Roseman will be joining us here in just a moment as we're about to get you ready here for this game between Collinsville and East St. Louis. Here are your starters. We'll begin with the East St. Louis Flyers. They will trot out 5'10" senior Deshaun Anderson, along with 5'10" senior Jabril Averia, 6'5" senior LaShawn Johnson. Armand Williams is a 6'8" senior, and you get the drift here. Nothing but seniors for East St. Louis. Number 25 rounds out the starting five. He stands at 6'9", and his name is Kamandrian Kanzler. For Collinsville, they will trot out the usual. Kawan Smith, the 5'9" senior. Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1" senior. Nate Hall, the 6'7" junior. Laurent Geladini, our pregame guest, the 6'3" senior. And Kadrian Jones this go around instead of David Granger, as Jones stands at 6'6", and he is a senior. Collinsville, of course, coming off that 53-50 win over O'Fallon in the home conference and the home and conference opener on Friday. Rayshawn Taylor had the game high 21 points. Kind of struggled from the free throw line, only hitting 2 of 6. The team only hit 4 of 8. They weren't there very often, but they committed 18 fouls, and that sent the Panthers to the free throw line on a bunch of occasions. In Collinsville, also just 3 of 12 from beyond the three-point stripe. The Flyers are coming off of a 56-44 loss to Raymore Peculiar. That game took place at Mizzou Arena this past Saturday. The 12-point loss is the biggest one this year. They lost earlier 56-50 to Cardinal Ritter. That was in the season opener, and that was on the Flyers' home floor. Of course, the Flyers are the defending Class 3A state champs. That was their first basketball state championship for East St. Louis. They went 30-6 last year. They made 6 other trips to state in their history. That resulted in 3 third-place trophies in the 1926-27 season. along with the 74-75 season and the 99-2000 Flyers took third place. All the rest of the trips, they did not make it. So here we are with this one, as these two teams will battle each other, and it is a long battle. All-time Collinsville, 156 wins to 74 losses to the East St. Louis Flyers. The last 20 years, though, the Flyers have held the advantage, as East St. Louis is 134 and Collinsville is only 112. And over the last 20 years, these two teams have met 4 times in the playoffs. Collinsville has only won one of those, but it was the most recent one. That was in 2015, the 58-50 win for the regional championship. That was the only regional championship for Coach Lee thus far, and it was the first regional championship for Kahok boys basketball since 2006. But everybody around Collinsville has got the feeling that this year is going to change a lot of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that regional championship game well. We had big Amandre Rickman, who, by the way, is playing pro ball overseas now. He's really done a great job. Went to Indiana State.
Went to Indiana State, yeah. He came here, for 4 years at the Arch Madness.
That's right. Again, last year we had high expectations, but we failed to win the big game. So this year everybody expects a lot of wins, but what we're really hoping for is that Collinsville can win those big games. And last game against O'Fallon was an example of coming out and performing under pressure and going ahead and picking up one of those quote-unquote big games. So, tonight Collinsville looks to be a little bit more disciplined. We need to pack our defense in. We've got to play better in the paint. O'Fallon really exploited us in the paint last game. But Ray Sean, as he's trouting out on the court right now, he's going to come to play. Skeet, Kawan Smith is going to come to play. I do believe the X Factors are going to be guys like David Granger and Nate Hall and maybe a Kedrian Jones. If those guys have big games, we're hard to beat.
Rayshawn Taylor with the 21 points that he scored against O'Fallon on Friday night gives him 1,488 for his career. He is 553 points away from taking over the all-time Kahok leading scorer lift away from Tom Parker, who scored 2,041 points 51 years ago. That's how long that record has been standing. And Rayshawn is 15 points away tonight from taking over the number 9 spot, currently held by Kevin Stallings.
Not a bad name to be mentioned in the same breath with. Kevin Stallings, a great Collinsville player, coach down at Vanderbilt and out at Pittsburgh. And so, Rayshawn Taylor's definitely a K-Hawk great. It's been fun to watch him play. This is his senior year. He transferred here from East St. Louis as a child. So this is a big game for him. He's going to be charged up. He's got a little bit of bragging rights to prove, and looks like we're getting ready to jump center with big Nate Hall, number 15, going to jump center for the K-Hawks.
Nate Hall against Armand Williams, and with the 21 points, it means he passed up our very own Tim Pace, who is one of our sponsors here with Pace Design and Construction, as East St. Louis wins the opening tip-off, and we are underway. With the ball, the Flyers. They have on the orange uniforms. They are trimmed in a little bit of blue, and the word East St. Louis written across the front of their jerseys. Collinsville, the home team, they're dressed in white, and almost I saw Rayshawn pick the ball off right at the same time there was a whistle.
The travel by number 1, the guard. Looks like East St. Louis took notes last Friday night. They're going to spread the court. Here comes Kawan Smith. East St. Louis is going to run a small ball press.
Yep, and Collinsville is working their best to break it, and they can't. Turnover. Anderson with it. Shot. Good. So East St. Louis gets the first 2 points anyway, regardless of the fact that they turned the ball over first.
Yeah, rarely to see Kawan Smith with a turnover against the press. He can usually break it with his dribble, and that's what he's going to do this time.
He turns. He spins. He gives to Taylor. Taylor at the free throw line. Bounces it to Geladini. It's good for 2.
Great dribble drive by Rayshawn Taylor. Dishes off to Geladini for a nice little bunny.
Juan Smith had 116 steals last year. He was normally in over 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 steals a game. Last week, that Friday game versus O'Fallon, as a team, Collinsville had 3 steals. Kawan Smith had 1. Here is a dribble drive by Johnson. He shoots. He can't score. Going up for the rebound, Nate Hall, and the big 6'7" junior picks up the rebound.
Yeah, we're going to rely on Nate Hall for crashing the boards tonight. That's one of the strong points of his game.
There is Kawan Smith, the big game winner
on Friday against O'Fallon. Around to the far side wing, now top of the key. Taylor for three, good.
Yeah, Rayshawn gets a nice little ball screen and just pulls up from three, nothing but the bottom of the net. Kahawks by 3.
Collinsville 3 of 12 from beyond the three-point stripe in that game against O'Fallon. They were struggling.
Yeah, they didn't shoot the
arc.
ball well from beyond the arc or from the free throw line. The game shouldn't have been that close, but that's history. We got the win. Here we go against the Flyers.
Oliveria shovels a pass over to Johnson. Johnson on the right wing, dribbles and looks for some penetration. None there, so he'll fire a pass out over on the wing. At the end of the Collinsville bench to Oliveria. Oliveria pulls in the perimeter, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis. They pull it back outside the perimeter, and once again Oliveria, he'll drive baseline, underhand, can't get it to roll, and the rebound on the ground, picked up by East St. Louis again. Now a loose ball, that's tipped ahead by Kawan Smith. He's pickpocketed by Anderson, and then Jones gets it, takes it, and he's fouled.
Well, I think we changed possessions about 6 times on that play. That ball was like a hot potato, but Collinsville out-hustled East St. Louis. Rayshawn's dribbling while he's on his back on the floor, gets it to Kedrian Jones, and he's going to have a chance for 2 from the charity stripe.
It is 5-2 in favor of Collinsville, and KJ misses the first of 2 free throws as Jones came in having hit 4 of 9 so far in the early going.
Yeah, actually a good-looking shot. It just rimmed out. He keeps shooting like that, those buckets will fall.
I forgot to take care of my scoreboard there for a minute. I'm on it. Shot by KJ, falls a little short, and the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Here is Johnson on the wing. Passes it back to Anderson. Anderson being watched by Smith.
Little dizzle-dazzle. He's going to get a 5-second call if he doesn't watch it.
He'll drive and then kick it out to Oliveria. He'll just take it outside the lane and throw a pass over to Johnson. Almost threw it out of bounds as well. That was a double jump in the paint. Not called. And it circles around the rim, and the rebound belongs to Jones for Collinsville. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He'll dribble in from the left wing. He'll bury that shoulder into the chest of Williams and get away with it. Now over to Nate Hall, who gives to Skeet, who gives back to Taylor. Taylor once again over on the left wing. 4:50 left to play here in this opening quarter. 5-2 in favor of Collinsville. Another three-pointer by Taylor. Oh, that one just missed. Off the side of the rim, and out it goes. And the rebound then belonging to Williams. And a big three-point shot to get things tied up there by LaShawn Johnson.
Yeah, Rayshawn's going to be charged up.
There's Gelladini over to Taylor. Front of the scorer's bench. Taylor works his way over to the right corner, pulls up, baseline, takes the shot, can't get it to go. And another rebound belongs to Kanzler this time. And bringing the ball up court is Oliveria. He does the split at the free throw line. No call.
Got away with the travel.
Sure did. When your legs split like that, that's a travel.
Half-court offense for East St. Louis.
There's a little hook shot from just underneath the basket. No good. Collinsville pulls down the rebound. Kahawks bring it back up with 3:50 to play here in this opening quarter. 5-5 is our score between Collinsville and East St. Louis.
Yeah, time to slow it down, run a little half-court offense, work inside out.
Taylor zigzags and bounces the ball to Hall. Three-pointer from the key, rims out. And almost a collision in midair between Anderson and Johnson.
Oh, Skeet would have picked his pocket. He's coming the other way.
Big steal there for Skeet and a block.
That should be a goaltend. That's a goaltend.
That is.
Skeet goes right to left. The big 25 Kanzler goaltends. That was an obvious goaltend. East St. Louis's coach is not happy, but it is what it is. That's going to be 2 points in the scorebook for Kawan Smith. Collinsville up 7-5.
Inbound pass comes underneath of the Kahok basket, and it comes into Oliveria. Oliveria over here to this side now for Johnson. Johnson dribbles it right down the middle, stops top of the key. Gelladini providing the defense, and Johnson picks up the dribble, fires it over to Anderson. Anderson right at the end of the Collinsville bench in front of the blue.
Kedrian Johnson with a steal. Wow, the big guy. Here comes Rayshawn Taylor. 2 points and the foul. Count it. He'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. We got a technical foul on number 1, East St. Louis. He's pushing Kedrian Jones. This could be a big turning point early in this ball game.
Second foul. They give that one to Williams. Sean Anderson is what they called, but they have number 10 up on the board. That's why I was wondering.
We said going into tonight, Kedrian Johnson keeping his head, keeping his cool, playing smart is going to be key. And he honestly had his hands up, and the guard got frustrated and pushed him. Kedrian played it off pretty well, but the referee was right there, and that's going to be a technical foul. So Rayshon's going to get one free throw. We're up 9-5. That'll be a chance to go up 10-5. Kedrian should get 2 free throws, and then Collinsville will get the ball back with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Rayshon, as I mentioned, just 2 of 6 in that game, 4-0 fouling on the year. He is at 26 of 33, good for 78.8%, and the first one is good.
Oh, I guess Ray will shoot the technical fouls as well. So he should have 2 more free throws available.
3:02 left to play.
It's good on the second. So I have 1 more free throw available. Collinsville up 11-5. Then Collinsville will get the ball back at midcourt, should be, in response to the technical foul on the East St. Louis guard.
I was trying to say Sean Anderson was standing in front of the purple sport coat wearing Lee, but I never had a chance to with all that ensued.
So Taylor goes 3 for 3. Gelladini's going to bring the ball out at midcourt. Collinsville will retain possession up 12-5 in the first quarter. That's a big swing in this ball game.
Sure is. Early on, here is Smith. Smith heads over to the left key and gives it up for Gelladini, who hands it off to Nate Hall. Hall gets it back, bluffs the 3, gives it back to Taylor. Taylor dribbles, drives, free throw line, takes the shot off the back of the iron, can't get it to go.
That should be Collinsville ball.
That ball is out of bounds on big number 33, Patrick Redeye.
Off Kedrian Jones, and then Redeye just barely nudged it, and the referee was in perfect position to make that call.
Redeye, the 6'7" senior. Here is Gelladini on the inbound. Oh, not a nice feed on the inbound pass. Quadruple teamed was Nate Hall, and he found enough room to drop it in there anyway.
Yeah, it was a nice, strong move by Nate Hall. Nice touch on the shot.
There's Johnson for East St. Louis. Moves it outside to Calhoun. Now they bounce it over on the far side for Oliveria. He's being watched by Smith once again. Oliveria on the move, top of the key, in the paint, at the free throw line. As Kawan Smith tips it, but keeps it up in the air long enough to get it to Williams. Now Williams for 3. He misses. And the rebound into the corner and out of bounds, and it's Collinsville's ball.
Collinsville ball. Rayshon had good position, nice boxing out. In today's basketball, my son plays 8th grade down at Collinsville Middle School, and boxing out properly is sort of a lost art. It was nice to see Rayshon get good position and box out.
2:05 left to play here in this opening quarter. 14-5 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith takes it over at the end of the scorer's table in front of the East St. Louis bench to Hall. At the free throw line, Gelladini hands off to Taylor. He bluffs the 3 and then pulls back on the wing. Takes it in just outside the lane. Can't get it to fall. And the rebound belonging to Patrick Redeye. They move it up quickly to the Flyers. Here is Calhoun. Outside wing, Johnson for 3. That one rolls across the rim. Rebound comes to Taylor. Taylor brings the ball up to Nate Hall off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Jones. He can't get it to go. And the final rebound belongs to the Flyers. And then we have a whistle on the play, and we'll have a foul coming up against Nate Hall.
Yeah, a little frustration foul by Nate. He missed the layup, and then Kedrian missed the layup. Kedrian's asking for a foul. He's got to get away from doing that. He just needs to play the game. But at any rate, it slowed the game down, and now East St. Louis is going to have to pick up their half-court offense.
Calhoun inbounds into the backcourt to Oliveria. Oliveria with 90 seconds left brings the ball up court behind the back dribble as he crosses the line and heads over toward the left wing. Backs up at the scorer's bench. He gets it in to big number 33 once again, Redeye, and a whistle on the play will stop that momentum. This one's going to go against Smith.
Yeah, Smith helped down on the big guy. Kedrian had pretty good position, but Skeets used to getting steals, and sometimes when you go for steals, you just get a little bit of hand, a little bit of arm in there.
David Granger is going to make his first appearance in this game. He'll take the place of Nate Hall. So a 6'6" junior comes onto the floor, and a 6'7" junior goes to the bench.
Yeah,
Not much of an exchange there, huh?
David Granger, this junior, plays above the rim. I really like the way he plays the game, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does tonight.
There's Johnson on the right wing for East St. Louis. He picked up his dribble, gives it up now for Redeye. Redeye back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles, drives in the perimeter, and then back out. Under a minute to go. That ball almost thrown away, and it was. Just at the last second, Calhoun tried to save it, but his foot was already out of bounds when he touched it. So another turnover there for East St. Louis. That gives them 5. And with 57.2 seconds left, Collinsville will bring the ball up and play the clock game for a minute.
Yeah, Collinsville playing great defense. It'd be nice to get a last-second shot here to end the quarter.
There's Taylor in between the circles, over now on the far side to Smith. Smith dribbles and drives and gives it up to Gelladini. Gelladini gives it back to Smith. Now Smith on the near side sideline. 35 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Collinsville running the 4-out. Look for Ray to get the ball with about 15 seconds left. And then usually he'll drive, and if he can score, good. If not, he'll kick to Kawan Smith or to Nate Hall. Oh, he went ahead and took it.
Gets his own rebound. Tries to put it back up, and he is knocked on his back.
Hey, landed on his hip. Got a little hip pointer there, but Rayshawn is a competitor. This will not slow him down, I can promise you that.
18 seconds left, and up shooting 2. Rayshawn Taylor, who has hit his first 3 here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Behringer, the junior, to play defense.
Taylor at the line. Misses the first one.
Caleb Ballinger, sorry, not Behringer, Ballinger in for 11. Kawan Smith, give him a breather, get him some water. Ballinger plays excellent defense, much like Smith.
He was doing a pretty good job in that JV game. By the way, Collinsville won the JV game 59-42, as Rayshawn has now hit 4 of 5 free throws. 10 seconds to go. East St. Louis, Olivaria in the middle of the court, fires a pass over to Johnson on the wing. 5 seconds left. Johnson bounces it in. Nowhere to move. And Johnson gets it back, and he's not going to have enough time to get anything done. And the buzzer sounds, and Collinsville will go to the second quarter up by 10, 15-5 in favor of your Kahawks. We're back after a brief timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey, Zach Roseman, all with you here from Kahok land. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are here on the campus of Collinsville High School. After one quarter of play, 15-5 in favor of Collinsville. And the Kahawks are off and running. 9 points thus far for Rayshawn Taylor here in this one. We're underway once again here in this second quarter. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith over on the wing, pulls up inside the perimeter, takes a shot, can't get it to fall. It was a little short. And the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Here's Johnson. LaShawn Johnson drives, shoots, gets it close, but a whistle will stop the action before anyone can handle the rebound. And we'll have our first foul against Kadrian Jones, and that's the third team foul for Collinsville. East St. Louis has 4 of those. And we have 7:36 left to play here in this second quarter. At the free throw line, LaShawn Johnson. He becomes the first free throw participant here tonight for East St. Louis, and the Flyers' leading scorer will miss his first one. Johnson comes in having scored 74 points, averaging 14.8, and he was 8 of 11 coming into this one, now 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Next shot for Johnson, good. 15-6, 7.5 to play here in this first half. Collinsville brings the ball across the timeline as the Kahawks enjoy a lead. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Smith over here on the near side. Now onto the left wing for Geladini. Top of the key for Taylor. Taylor, one dribble, picks it up, shoots, can't get it to fall. He's having a little bit of a rough go from outside the perimeter after hitting that first one.
Yeah, we got lucky there. Granger did not have position, but the East St. Louis Flyer couldn't maintain possession of the ball. Ball out of bounds on East St. Louis. Here goes Collinsville.
Geladini will inbound, and will do so to Smith, and Smith can't control the ball. He and LaShawn Johnson got there at the same time, but Smith was the one that knocked it out of bounds. That's the fourth turnover for Collinsville.
Well, Laurent had Rayshawn right in the corner, and he elected to throw it to the top of the key, and these East St. Louis Flyers are just too fast for that.
Yeah, they're going to be covering Rayshawn on those inbound passes. Here is Oliveria. Oliveria dribbles toward the top of the key. Almost got his own man blocked out there, and then he banks the ball right off of the arm of Smith, and it comes right back to him. Here's Oliveria making another move over on the far side now for Johnson. Johnson dribbles, drives, baseline. Not a lot of room to move there. Ditches it off to Red Eye, and count the bucket and the bruise to the big 6'7" senior for East St. Louis.
Yeah, it's an inexperienced move by David Granger. If you're going to commit that foul, you cannot let that man make that bucket. He should have either just let him shoot the layup or, really gone after the ball and made sure he didn't make it.
Red Eye 7 of 8 on the year from the free throw line here in the early season. His shot, that's going to hit off the fat part of the iron, and it's going to come right down into the hands of Johnson.
Geladini doubles down on the post, back out to the guard.
Johnson dribbles and drives, and into the corner it goes. Three-point shot. That misses everything by Calhoun. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis once again. They're out-rebounding Collinsville right now, 11-7. Back is Oliveria. He'll bounce a pass into Johnson. Johnson in the perimeter, and then kicks it back out over on the wing, and that ball is going to end up being knocked out of bounds by Collinsville just when Calhoun was trying to chase it down.
Here comes big Nate Hall, the 6'7" junior, back in for the...
Not doing a very good job keeping up on my scoreboard, am I?
Young David Granger. That's okay. Long time of possession for East St. Louis. It'd be a great time to get a stop for Collinsville and come back down and make a bucket.
Here is Johnson. Left-hand dribble, and dribbles over to the left wing. Now brings it back and switches hands and backs his way up to the big purple Indian head. That is the Kahok logo, and there's a turnover. That's just what you were talking about.
Yeah, Collinsville doing a much better job of playing help side defense. They learned their lesson against O'Fallon, apparently. East St. Louis tried to spread us out, but now we're packing it in, making them pass around the perimeter, and we're forcing mistakes.
Under 6 to play here in this first half. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith into the corner for Taylor. Taylor bluffs the three, bounces it to Jones, outside to Smith, off the free throw line, and can't fall. Collinsville can't buy a bucket right now here from anywhere at this point, and East St. Louis continues to pour on the boards.
Yeah, even though Kawan Smith was hot last game, I don't think an 18-foot jumper is what we're looking for.
Three-point shot taken there by Johnson didn't fall. Collinsville will pick up this rebound, and Rayshawn Taylor will slowly bring his team up.
Yep, let's run a half-court offense, Todd, and let Collinsville work the ball a little bit here.
There's Taylor. Top of the key. In the perimeter, outside the lane, dumps it off KJ. Bluffs, goes up, good for 2. That's the kind of moves you need to see KJ make.
Great dribble drive for Rayshawn. He dishes off to KJ, the big 6'6" senior. Looks like we're going to have a timeout, East St. Louis, before this game gets away from them.
East St. Louis calls a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
And once again, welcome back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 17-8. Collinsville with the lead. We're in the second quarter with 5:01 to play here in this first half. I'm Todd Duke alongside Dr. Chris McCluskey and Zach Roseman, and we're glad that you're taking your time out on a cold Tuesday night during Christmas shopping season and spending it here with us. This place has got a lot of people for a Tuesday.
Jam-packed for a Tuesday. Neither team's shooting the ball exceptionally well. So I think what happens this next 4 minutes is going to be big for either team, actually.
There is Anderson for Collinsville. Top of the key for Calhoun. Calhoun dribbles, drives in the paint. Nowhere to go. Kicks it outside. Three-point shot. That one's a little bit short, and they're going to count it. Yes, they are.
No shot.
No,
on the floor.
On the floor, okay. Foul coming up against Collinsville. This one's going to go against Nate Hall. That is his second. He becomes the first Kahok to have more than one foul. And East St. Louis will inbound from underneath of their own basket. All the way out from Anderson to Calhoun. Over this way now to Oliveria. Oliveria dribbles his way over toward the left side. Dumps the ball off now for Anderson. Anderson with a spin move. Almost forgot to take the ball with him, as he has Kawan Smith all over his side. Over into the corner it goes. That is Michaela Rich. And out to the top of the key for Calhoun. Calhoun will pull up, take a three-point shot. That one rattles and won't fall. KJ there with the rebound this time. Over the back is going to get called against Michaela Rich.
Another great job of boxing out by Kedrian Jones. Again, Collinsville doing a great job protecting the paint, making East St. Louis pass the ball around the perimeter. We're going to make them shoot it from beyond the arc to beat us, and so far they haven't shown that they can do that.
Nate Hall will inbound. He'll do so in the backcourt to Kawan Smith, and a couple of guys back providing a little bit of pressure for East St. Louis this time.
Yeah, Logan Carlisle in the game for the Kahawks, a known three-point shooter.
There's Smith. He'll dribble and drive and hand it off to Taylor. Taylor gets double-teamed immediately. He'll drive in the paint, and he'll try to send it to Carlisle in the corner, but that ball's tipped out of bounds by East St. Louis. Collinsville will keep the ball with 4:01.
Yeah, you can tell Carlisle was sitting in the corner just waiting on a chance to hit a three-pointer.
Carlisle will be the one inbounding right in front of Coach Chambers, the fourth-year head man for East St. Louis, and Taylor tries to thread a pass into Carlisle, but that was picked off, and that is turned into 2 points by Jashawn Anderson on the fifth Kahawk turnover.
Yeah, Ray had a good idea. Logan just wasn't picking up what he was putting down, didn't get position. But here come the Kahawks up 17-10. Again, this is a big last few minutes of the first half.
Took 12 minutes for East St. Louis to hit double digits on the scoreboard, so Collinsville's defense paying dividends. Here is Smith. Here is Hall. He drives into the corner. Carlisle bluffs the three, takes it. Good for two. Nice move by Logan.
Great shot fake by Carlisle.
We having a bench call
Something's
over here?
going on over on the East St. Louis bench.
On the East St. Louis bench, Mark Chambers is highly upset.
I think he got a warning
whistle.
on
I think
that.
they got, bench warning. And he says something to the scorekeepers at the score table. Chris Kettler's getting a good laugh out of it down there. Here's Anderson.
It is usually pretty comical.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Backcourt ref not having it, though.
Here is Anderson. He takes it all the way down, and he draws a whistle. This one's going to go against Kawan Smith. That'll be his second. Could have called that one either way, man. It looked like Anderson wasn't slowing down no matter who he ran into.
Threw an elbow to start, but then he tucked it back in. And I think that's probably the right call. You know, if the offensive player is dribbling the ball, defender has to have his feet set to take a charge unless there's a significant elbow thrown.
So Bollinger comes back in for Smith, and with the ball it is Rich. Rich dumps it out front for Oliveria. Top of the key now for Anderson. Anderson will back things up with 3 minutes to play here in this first half.
Yeah, Collinsville owning the paint right now. I love to see the way we're playing defense down low inside.
Calhoun gets it to Oliveria at the free throw line. A give to Rich. Long three-pointer. That misses the mark.
Again, Collinsville forces the three-pointer, and I'm telling you, we are going to make them beat us from three-point. We are not going to give up points in the paint like we did against O'Fallon, and so far it's just not working out for East St. Louis.
Right now, they are 1 of 6 from beyond the three-point stripe, are the Flyers. Collinsville, they're only 1 of 5. Rayshawn Taylor hit a three-pointer early, and Well, Sean Johnson hit a three-pointer earlier, but since then, both teams have gone cold. Taylor takes it all the way down, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to Jones.
Great
Jones
hustle by
keeps
Kedrian
it, takes it,
Jones.
up, no whistle on the play.
Yeah, got a block and foul. Kedrian had a mismatch.
This
and
one is going to
looks
go
like
against.
he's going to go to the line for two free throw tries.
Oliveria guilty of his first infraction, and Kedrian Jones, his second trip to the free throw line. He was 0 for 2 in his first trip. Jones ready for the first shot, and it's good. Adrian Kanzler comes back into the game now for the Flyers. He'll take the place of Brian Calhoun. As Jones is ready for another free throw. Here it is, and that one's good as well. Oh, wrong one. 21-10, 2.5 to go here in this first half. Here is just Sean Anderson. Anderson dribbles his way to the top of the key, now into the paint. He's going to draw a foul against Taylor. No, they're going to call that one against someone else. Well, they're going to call it against Ballinger. That'll be his first, team 7th, so it's 1-and-1 time here for
We'll take a
Deshaun
foul against
Donson.
Ballinger because he just doesn't get that many minutes, so no reason to burn one against Ray.
Anderson at the free throw line for the first time tonight. 12 for 19 on the year, and he misses the first, and he won't get a second.
Yeah, Nate Hall again has good position. Collinsville boxing out better than I've seen him do in years tonight.
Kahawks trying to even up the rebound department. They were trailing by a few early on. Now it's 12-11 East St. Louis. Here is Taylor over on the right wing. Dumps it to Logan Carlisle. Back over to Taylor. Taylor gets double teamed, triple teamed. He still manages.
Oh, what a move. That was a Michael Jordan-esque move by Rayshon Taylor. He goes up. Defender in his face, double clutches, out and around to the left side, good for 2.
There's Anderson, kicks it outside. Another three-point try here for East St. Louis. They are cold, ice cold, cold, cold from beyond the arc. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Taylor gets it and brings it up in the perimeter and loses control of it, but gets it back. He's double-teamed once again and then turns the ball over as East St. Louis drives, flies, shoots, no score, but another free throw participant will head to the line.
Should be another foul on Ballinger.
That'll be his second in a row. So now Smith, Hall, and Ballinger all have 2 fouls. And back at the free throw line, just Sean Anderson, who just missed his first one. He'll take care of this one, though.
Yeah, Collinsville, as well as they're playing, they're going to have to cut down on the turnovers. More turnovers than Collinsville's front court is used to having.
Gilardini steps back in. So does Kawan Smith with 1:24 left to play here in this first half. At the free throw line, Anderson. One more shot coming his way. That one's good as well.
East St. Louis still running a little man-to-man press, 3-quarter court. Rayshon Taylor bringing the ball down.
Taylor crosses the timeline with a pass to Smith into the corner for Hall. Back out front to Smith. Collinsville wouldn't mind chewing up the rest of this time.
I think it would be a pretty good idea unless they give us a wide-open layup.
Now we're going to have a travel.
Ooh.
I don't know, man.
I'm not sure.
I thought Rayshon
about
already got rid of the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that call. But at the same time, Coach Darren Lee's upset because, there's no reason for that, right? There's no reason to take a step and a half when you're trying to burn some clock, go into halftime, up 8, up 10, up 12. Now you give up the ball with a minute and a half left. You got to play good half-court defense and retain or get a turnover and get possession back.
7th turnover for Collinsville. And a shot. And a score for Ramon Williams. And East St. Louis.
Well, and that's why Coach Darren Lee was so upset. There's no reason to give up a free bucket with less than a minute left in the first half. That's a foul right there. His hands are all over him.
Taylor, and now he'll get called.
Yeah.
That is Steven Alexander, the 6'1 senior, into the game for the first time and picks up a foul right off the bat.
Well, and Rayshawn could use some more attempts at the line. He's yet to find his stride at the free throw line, and he's going to be asked to shoot a lot of free throws this year, so he really needs to find his stride and his groove at the free throw line.
4 of 5 here tonight. That one's good.
He ices that one with 36 seconds left to put Collinsville up by 10. Nothing would be better than a made free throw, a stop, and a last-second shot, or a last possession shot anyway.
Taylor hits both, and
so East St. Louis is in the lane
Louis,
early.
yeah, they were.
Rayshawn made the bucket anyway, which is a moot point. So East St. Louis is going to get the ball back down 10 with 36 left to go in the first half.
They bring the ball up to the Flyers. Here is Deshaun Anderson, the 5'10 senior leader for this Flyers ball club. Brings it up across the timeline, and he's watched by Taylor. 23 seconds left to play here in this first half. Anderson, he'll chew up some time, try to play for that last shot and not give Collinsville another opportunity. Big pass over to Williams. Williams back over here to this side now for Alexander. Alexander back to Anderson. And Anderson backs his way up toward midcourt with 4 seconds left. Now he tries to drive into the perimeter. Collinsville cuts off all the lanes. Shot at the buzzer, no good. 25-14 in favor of Collinsville after one half of play. And we will head into the third quarter with the Kahawks in control of the first half of this one. And that takes us in to our Cafe Agape halftime show, brought to you by my good friend Ron McGee and his family at Cafe Agape. Burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans. I mean, you name it, they got it, and it's all homemade and all delicious. Give them a call if you have a luncheon, business lunch you would like cater. How about a wedding reception or anything that involves a big gathering of people that are going to be hungry? Give Cafe Agape a call. Right now, they are taking orders for their Christmas hams, so give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Halftime show is here, and we are back with a look at the first half of this game, plus any scores we have to pass along to you next on the Cafe Agape halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 25-14 is our halftime lead between Collinsville and East St. Louis. We'll get to the stats here of the game at hand as soon as we pass along some scores to you here in our halftime show. First off, the St. Louis Blues are playing the Buffalo Sabres tonight, and at the end of the second period, the Sabres have the advantage over the Blues by a score of 2-1. Other basketball action for you on the girls' side. Right now, Centralia leading Mount Vernon by a score of 16-8, just beginning the second quarter in that contest. Boys' basketball action in the second quarter, a low-scoring affair there. Edwardsville over Belleville East by a score of 15-7. Also on the boys' side, good one going on between O'Fallon and Alton, as the Alton Redbirds are at home. They have a 1-point lead at halftime over O'Fallon, 30-29. And girls action. We have Edwardsville over Belleville East at halftime by a score of 29-19. No score on the score stream from the Collinsville Lady Kahawks, as they are playing at East St. Louis tonight. As soon as, of course, as we get anything, we will pass that along to you. First half stats here in this one. Leading scorer is Rayshawn Taylor. He is the only one right now in double digits with 13 points. Behind him for Collinsville, you have Kadrian Jones with 4. And then we have 4 players with 2 points each. Logan Carlisle, Laurent Gelladini, Nate Hall, and Kawan Smith. For East St. Louis, they are being led in points by Jashawn Anderson. He has 6. LaShawn Johnson. It's Jashawn Anderson and LaShawn Johnson. LaShawn Johnson has 4. Armand Williams has 2, and Patrick Redeye has the other 2. The battle of the boards ended up being even there after a advantage early on by East St. Louis, but right now each team with 12 rebounds as we head into the second half. Collinsville from the free throw line has hit 8 of 11, while East St. Louis has hit 3 of 6 from the free throw line. And the three-point stripe, each team has 1. Collinsville 1 of 5, while East St. Louis is 1 of 7. And in the turnover department, Collinsville has 7 turnovers, while East St. Louis has 6. In case we failed to mention it early on, the junior varsity game was won by Collinsville. That one was 59-42, so congratulations to the JV team. I believe that is their first win of the year. It was 15-5 after one quarter of play. Collinsville had the 10-point lead. Right now it's an 11-point lead after Collinsville outscored East St. Louis 10-9 in quarter number 2, and that gets us to where we are right now, 25-14 at the end of one half of play. That's going to do it for the Cafe Agape halftime show. When we come back, third quarter action will come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Kahok Stadium. Wow, that's an up-close shot of the scoreboard there, sir.
I take my duties seriously, Todd.
I hear you. I usually don't have people mess with the zoom in and zoom out part of it. All right, we are just about set for fourth quarter action here, as Collinsville has a 25-14 lead, and we are underway in half number 2. And with the ball is Jashawn Anderson over here on the wing, and then it comes right back around to the other side, and thought it was going to end up back in Anderson's hands there in the corner, but instead it's with Johnson. Now back over to Anderson. Anderson in front of the scorer's table. Will work his way in front of his own bench and pass it to Red-Eye. Red-Eye tries to back his way into the lane. Nate Hall won't give way, and tell you what, Red-Eye used that hip. He got a couple of hip checks in there.
Yeah, we did a good job of protecting the paint in the first half, so look for that to be a lesson learner for Collinsville. We're going to have to come out and do the same thing in the second half. Their only chance to play with us is to bring the ball inside.
Here is Smith. He has it outside on the wing and takes it from the left side to the right side, gives it to Geladini. Top of the key, Nate Hall, three-point shot off the glass. Good. I was getting ready to say that was not even close to being right down the middle. That was off to the right, but, man, he hit the glass perfectly.
Nah, he called it. I heard him yell bank when he shot it.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good.
Bank shot. Trying to stay away from that horse, right? You got H? Nope. I don't have H.
Nah, he called it. I heard him. It's good, Nate. We got your back, baby.
Here's Kawan Smith, 28-16 in favor of Collinsville. Smith dumps it off to Geladini in front of his own bench. Top of the key for Taylor. Taylor drives, pulls up in front of the free throw line, a little bit short on the shot. And the rebound is accidentally kicked out of bounds by East St. Louis, so Collinsville will get to keep it.
Yeah, Rayshon's a little frustrated with himself over the shot. You know what they say, to get a shooter hot, he's got to keep shooting.
That's right. Can't stop shooting or you won't have a chance. Here is Nate Hall on the inbounds. Gives to Smith. Smith from in front of his own bench. Takes it around toward the top of the key. Now over on the right wing where he gives to Geladini. Geladini bluffs the three-point shot into the corner for Smith. Smith dribbles around the perimeter. And a foul called against Geladini away from the play.
I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. That was off the ball on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
Must have been a little him hawing around down there. Look at Kedrian Jones talking sense into people. Turning over a new leaf tonight.
And a pass over to this side, and just Sean Anderson brings the ball across here for East St. Louis with 6:20 left to play here in this third quarter. 28-16, Collinsville up by 12. Out to Red-Eye. Red-Eye being watched by Jones. They try to dump the ball off to a streaking Williams right up the center of the paint, but It went off Williams' knee and out of bounds, and that is the 7th turnover for the Flyers.
Last 2 possessions, East St. Louis goes straight to the paint. Collinsville's going to really have to pack it in and recognize what East St. Louis is trying to do to continue to make stops.
Here's Taylor for Collinsville. He'll dribble and drive and give Oliveria a little bit of a shove down court there as well. Now Taylor slows things down in front of the scorer's table. Brings it around, top of the key, now on the left wing. He'll take the advantage and tries to get that fingertip roll underhand shot going, and that wouldn't fall for him either. And East St. Louis with the rebound and bringing it up and being fouled in the process is LaShawn Johnson, and Johnson will head to the line.
Another play in the paint by East St. Louis. That's 3 possessions in a row, 3 shots from the paint. Collinsville's going to have to recognize this and adjust their defense to force East St. Louis to shoot the ball outside.
Johnson 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Hits the front end here.
Yeah, all of a sudden the lead down to 9. Collinsville misses a couple shots. East St. Louis goes to the paint. The last thing we want to do is let them back in this ball game in the third quarter.
Johnson's next, rolls in off the front of the rim. And once again, it's a 10-point game, 28-18. Here is Nate Hall. Hall brings it up over on the right wing. Inside the perimeter, backs it up into the corner, bounces it back onto the wing for Smith. Smith back to Hall. Hall, top of the key for Taylor. Taylor dribbles with that left hand, drives, and tries the baseline move, kicks it into the corner. Hall wide open for 3, and it's good.
Big Nate Hall didn't have to bank that one in. Straight money from the wing.
Back-to-back three-pointers by the 6'7" junior Nate Hall. 31-18 Collinsville with 5 minutes to go. Here in quarter number 3, there's Skeet with a steal. Oh, couldn't quite get it out. And they're gonna call it off of Oliveria, and Oliveria can't believe it.
Look for East St. Louis's coach to not be very happy, but he isn't making too much of a fuss about this.
He's already been warned once. He's already been warned once, so if he does it again, he'll get teed up for sure. Here's Taylor. Rayshawn over to Smith. Into the corner on the opposite side now for Hall. Hall back to the top of the key for Taylor. Rayshawn dribbles, drives, and
moving straight on Geladini.
Another foul away from the play by Laurent.
Well, it was on the play. It was a ball screen, and I think it was a nitpicky call, but he probably wasn't 100% set.
31-18.
That was a makeup call, Todd. You know they missed that last one.
They do those every once in a while, although they'll tell you they don't. They don't. Here is Anderson.
Whoa.
And now Taylor is going to get called for a foul.
Player control issue out of me, but at any rate, East St. Louis will have the ball out on the baseline.
Now they're going to – okay, I was going to say. Rayshawn get called for his first. Collinsville now with 4 fouls here in the third quarter. East St. Louis has yet to foul here in the second half. Anderson trying to inbound the ball, does so to Armand Williams. Williams loses control of the ball. Nothing but Kahoks there as the Kahoks pick it up and bring it up court.
Nate Hall will get credit for the steal.
There is Smith over to Hall. Hall in front of his own bench. Cross-court pass inside the lane. Geladini shoots, can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis after it touched off of a couple of Kahok hands. And then coming down court, Anderson will head back to the free throw line on another whistle against Collinsville.
Yeah, the last thing Collinsville wants to do is stop the clock on these possessions.
Well, that's the second one against, I thought that was against Rayshawn Taylor. They ended up giving that one to Geladini. Geladini didn't have any fouls in the first half, picks up 3 quick ones here, and we're not even halfway through the third, and that ball just ping-ponged all the way out of there for Anderson.
Well, the good thing about Geladini is he can handle the ball out on the perimeter. That gives us 4 guys that can handle the ball. Geladini continues to get in foul trouble. You're going to see David Granger enter the game.
Anderson hits the second one. And East St. Louis 1 point away from the 20-point mark. Halfway through quarter number 3. Collinsville up 31-19. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith gives it up now for Jones. Jones outside of the perimeter. Gives it back to Smith. Smith dribbles, drives in the paint, takes the shot. Good.
Beautiful. Rayshawn Taylor popped that on the wing, got East St. Louis's attention. Kawan Smith with the take, runner right down.
That's Only the 4th point of the night for Kawan Smith. And now we're going to have another foul against Rayshawn.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible foul on Rashawn Taylor. No reason to be out on the ball at the Indian head.
One more foul by Collinsville, and East St. Louis is going to be at the free throw line for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Collinsville needs to play a little bit more disciplined basketball. Pack it in, make East St. Louis shoot it outside.
Kahok submitted 18 fouls against O'Fallon. Here is Oliveria. He'll kick it back out in the corner for Redeye. He'll launch a three-pointer. That's a little bit too strong. And then a whistle this time that's going to go against East St. Louis. And Brian Calhoun will get called for his first foul.
Nate Hall had great position, and Calhoun pushes off from the backside.
Here's Kawan Smith. Dribbles, dry. Oh, what a nice behind the move. Back behind the oh, man. Dumps it off. Geladini's fouled. He couldn't even get off the ground. That's how bad he was held.
Geladini didn't even know he had the basketball. Kawan Smith was so fast with the shake and bake behind the back. Dumps it off to Geladini. He says, whoa, wait a minute.
First he breaks the ankles of LaShawn Johnson. Then he does the same thing to Anderson. And Geladini said, hey, well, look what I have in my hand. Geladini gets the inbound pass in the perimeter and takes it back out. Coming up on 3 to go here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, best thing Collinsville can do is take their time here.
There is Taylor, and the ball knocked away from him. He jumps into the paint, takes a shot, can't get it to swoop in, though, as it swishes all the way around that rim.
That's a great take. It's going to give Ray another chance at the line to hone in his stroke. And
all of a sudden, we go from 0 team fouls for East St. Louis to 3 in a matter of seconds.
There'll be a lot of free throws late in this game, Todd.
Taylor looking for his first point here in the second half, and there it is. He now has 14. That puts him 1 away from number 9 on the list, Kevin Stallings.
Yeah, well, you know, Ray, here he is with 14 points, and he really hasn't shot the ball well. It'd be scary to watch what he can do if he finds a game where he catches stride and starts shooting the ball well.
Rayshawn, second free throw. That one finds its way home. Collinsville tacks on another 2 points, 35-19, and Rayshawn Taylor has tied Kevin Stallings on the all-time Kahok scoring list at number 9.
That's the right call. Keating Johnson's upset, but he had his feet moving. He wasn't set. Keating's got to learn how to set his feet and go straight up.
Third foul for Kedrian Jones and the 7th foul for Collinsville, so 1-and-1 time now for Jashawn Anderson, who just went 1 of 2 from the free throw line just a moment ago. Shot good. Finally hit 20 points to the Flyers. This might be one of the lowest scoring outputs for Flyers basketball against Collinsville in a long, long time.
Well, we didn't give them the ball in the paint in the first half, and they just couldn't hit an outside shot. Collinsville will be smart to go back to that strategy.
Johnson hits both, and a whistle on the play as Collinsville starts working their way down court.
Yeah, when Kawan Smith takes off down the court dribbling, he's faster dribbling a basketball than anybody else is on the court without the basketball. So it's going to be smart of him to go ahead and push the tempo. He's going to draw some of those fouls and put us at the charity stripe for one-on-ones, just like East St. Louis is.
Here is Rayshawn Taylor, who just tied Kevin Stallings on the all-time Kahok scoring leaders list at number 9. Next up, Mike Hunter at number 8, and right now Rayshawn is just 13 points behind that mark, and that was set by Hunter in the early 80s. He graduated in 1984. There's a foul. A little reach around. LaShawn Johnson will get called for his first, and now they're starting to rack up big time for East St. Louis.
Yeah, I like the way Geladini's handling the ball. He's showing an ability to go ahead and take the ball and run the guard spot. Normally you'd think Kawan Smith and Ray would be the only guards on the team, but Geladini's doing a great job handling the basketball.
Back into the backcourt it goes to Kawan Smith. Smith brings the ball up, head of steam, free throw, shoot, no good. KJ had a hand on it, but knocked it right into the hands of
Needs to
Kanzler.
run the floor here.
Here are the Flyers getting into the paint once again, and 2 more points for the Flyers gives them 23 now, 35-23.
Going to have to run the floor and
12-point lead for the Kahawks. They bring the ball up, and now we're going to have another whistle. This one's going to go against Oliveria.
Collinsville needs to have a little talk with themselves and say, hey, listen, pack it in the paint. Do not let East St. Louis in that paint. That's where they've scored all their points this quarter.
Gelladini will inbound near sideline right at midcourt. 35-23, Kahawks with the 12-point lead. Gelladini inbounds to Smith. Smith dribbles from one side of the court to the other. Backs his way toward the midcourt stripe. 1:50 left to play here in this third quarter. Smith over on the wing gives to Hall. Hall back at the line for Gelladini. Gelladini to Taylor. Taylor at the midcourt stripe. All the way into the paint. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Taylor's having a hard time hitting some of these shots tonight. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Now Taylor gets a steal, and he brings it in. That one's going to count.
Baby! As my buddy Chip Clayton would say, Rayshon Taylor gave him the old chicken sandwich. That's courtesy of Woods Basement System and Chip Clayton.
All right, here is Kanzler. Collinsville out front by 14 now. 1:10 left to go here in this third quarter. Here is Anderson. He drives. He traveled. Where was the call on there?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
He walked a mile.
Yeah, he did. Doesn't matter.
Here
Collinsville
comes Ray.
gets the
He's
steal.
feeling it.
Taylor
He's gonna go
in the
straight to the
paint.
rack.
Dumps it off to Gelladini off the glass for two.
Here comes Collinsville. They're feeling the tempo. They're going to go for steals. They're going to run the floor. They could bust this game wide open.
39-23 in favor of the Kahawks. 45 seconds left to play.
Collinsville's going to a 2-3 zone here, Todd. First time I've seen it all year.
Here in this third quarter.
Very nice move by Darren Lee and the Kahawks.
Anderson over on the far side for Oliveria. Oliveria back inside, now back out, and Anderson drives and throws it out. Three-point shot, Oliveria, good.
That's a good example of ball movement by East St. Louis to break Collinsville's zone.
There is Smith at the midcourt stripe. 10 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Rayshon with the ball. Drives. Oh, had his pocket picked by Anderson. Anderson comes in. Nate Hall gets in the way. No good. Rebound. East St. Louis, and now Rayshon is going to pick up a foul. With 0.4 seconds left, Rayshon Taylor will pick up his third foul of this game.
Yeah, I like the foul, but I'm not sure I like Ray picking that foul up. With 0.4 left in the third quarter, Coach Lee is fired up that Rayshon was willing to give up his third foul.
There is Brian Calhoun looking for his first points of the night. He'll have to wait a little longer.
Well, the foul just got a little bit better because Calhoun misses his first. You're going to have one more chance. Collinsville could make a quick pass and fire up a half-court shot here.
Calhoun was 0 for 1 coming into this game, and now he hits his first one. And that is the end of the third quarter. 39-27 in favor of Collinsville. Fourth quarter action will be coming your way here in just a moment, right after we take a little bit of a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey, and Zach Roseman along with you. Glad that you're with us here on this Tuesday night. 39-27, 3 quarters in the books, one more scheduled in regulation to go. Collinsville with the 12-point lead, and the Kahawks have the ball.
Yeah, Collinsville's got to do a better job this quarter of keeping East St. Louis Flyers out of the paint. That's where they've kept themselves in this ball game. And make no mistake, with a 12-point lead, we're a turnover or two and a couple buckets away from this being a brand new ball game.
Well, Collinsville outscored East St. Louis 15-5 in that first quarter, a 10-point difference. After that, Collinsville has only outscored East St. Louis by 1 point in each the second and the third, 10-9 in the second and 14-13 in the third. No good there for Rayshawn. Yeah.
Stripe.
Another one missed by Rayshawn. He hasn't missed too many of those tonight, but other than that, he's had a little bit of a rough time in the paint and just outside as well.
Look for Collinsville to play some really, really strong help side defense and protect the paint.
There's Johnson
that's
into
a walk.
the paint, and he takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound put back up, not in. And then it falls down into the hands of Gelladini.
Laurent Gelladini's hitting the boards hard. He's showing a lot of hustle and heart tonight.
There is Kawan Smith. Gelladini led the team Friday night against O'Fallon with 9 rebounds. Here is Laurent. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll stop at the top of the key. And then back himself all the way up to the midcourt stripe. He'll drive once again, bounce it to KJ, and no good. Rebound Gelladini. Second rebound Smith, still no good. And this time the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Here comes Anderson. He'll drive right into the paint, takes the shot from that leaping stride just outside the lane.
What I tell you, we're a turnover and a couple shots away from this being an interesting game, and we do not want to get into a tight game with East St. Louis at the end of this game.
10-point lead now for the Kahawks, 39-29. Here's a pass to KJ, who gives it up to Smith. Smith circles all the way around and back out to the midcourt stripe. 6.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Another nice spin move by Smith, and then the ball gets popped out of his hands by East St. Louis.
He got bailed out. He got lucky. That ball was looking to be turned over. Collinsville's going to have to take better care of the ball. It almost looks like they're going into more of a prevent style of offense, which I believe it's too early to do that. Down 10 with 6.5 left, or up 10 with 6.5 left.
There's Gelladini on the inbound pass from the near side sideline into the backcourt for Kawan Smith. Smith almost walked into a double team. Now he loses control of the ball. Anderson off the glass, counted for 2 more. Anderson had 6 points in the first half. He's poured in 9 points here in the second half.
I shouldn't have said anything, Todd.
Here's Taylor. Taylor drives in from the left wing. Spin move, takes a shot, won't go. Oh, what a nice rebound. And a putback by David Granger.
And that's what we need to do. We need to quit trying to dribble the ball around and waste time. We just need to spread the floor and take it to the hoop. Now we need to pack it in, take care of the paint here.
There's Deshaun Anderson. He'll drive into the paint once again. He'll dump it off. It's ripped right out of the hands
That's a foul.
of Williams
That's a
by
foul.
Gelladini.
No.
And they're going to call it a jump ball.
Oh, baby.
Gelladini ripped that ball right out of the hands
baby.
of Williams, and then they call a jump ball.
You had 2 guys all over him, but hey, what are you going to do? Here we go.
And the inbound pass finds Olivaria, and Olivaria finds the glass for 2 points. So back to an 8-point lead for Collinsville, and then a whistle over here on this side.
Yeah, number 4 of the guard was all over Kawan Smith. We'll see if Collinsville can shoot free throws to ice this game, because we're going to have the chance to do it.
Each team now with 8 fouls. Collinsville had 7. We weren't even halfway through the third quarter, and they had 7.
This may be a lengthy 5.5 minutes of high school basketball.
I'm telling you. KJ coming back in. Nate Hall goes to the bench.
Looks like Collinsville's going to have 2 defenders back after the free throw, which is smart.
Smith shoots the first one and drains it. Like butter.
Kawan's really worked on his shot. It makes me think of old Jerry Sulkey saying, you got to make your free throws, Smitty.
And he does. Smith came in having hit 6 of 8, so now he's 8 of 10. And Collinsville back to that 10-point lead, 43-33. Here is Deshaun Anderson for the Flyers. Anderson works it up in between the circles and then drives toward the paint, then back out and
that
off
should be
of his
Collinsville
leg.
ball.
Yes, it is.
Nice play, help side defense by Kawan Smith. Collinsville is going to get the ball out.
Rolled right down Anderson's leg and out of bounds. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith, a little bit of pressure being put on in the backcourt as he's being shadowed by Anderson. Now Smith gets it to Gelladini. Gelladini back at the midcourt Kahok Indian head. He drives just outside the lane. He'll pull it back out, and he'll hand it off to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor drives in the paint, takes a shot, and that was rejected. Loose ball belongs to East St. Louis, and then they
That
throw it
should
away.
be-
Oh! Okay.
I think Collinsville got a hand on that as East St. Louis tried to throw it down the court. It was a nice driving dish by Rayshawn. I don't think David Granger was quite ready for that dish.
Flyers inbound. Olivaria for Anderson. Anderson brings it up. Over to Olivaria and back to Anderson now. 4.5 minutes to go and a whistle. This is going to go on the offensive side of things. It's going to be Brian Calhoun. Or is it?
Should have been a moving pick on number 2.
It is, okay. Calhoun will pick
So
up
that
his
means
second.
we'll be shooting free throws.
Well, they're giving it to number 4. No, now they're going to. Okay, there we go. 9th team foul, but it was an offensive foul by East St. Louis, so no shots.
No free throws.
And
Another
that
foul.
was almost another foul by Anderson. Kind of grabbed around the arms there of Kawan Smith. Smith
Crossover in front.
dribbles. Baseline pass that was intended for David Granger and a hit off of Granger's tennis shoe and out of bounds.
Well,
And
I'm telling you, if it weren't for Collinsville's turnovers,
14 of them.
East St. Louis would not be in this game. We're going to have to do a better job of taking care of the ball down the stretch.
43-33. That score hasn't changed in a while. 10-point lead for Collinsville as we approach 4:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Anderson. No-look pass over to Calhoun. He'll take the shot. No good. Gelladini with the rebound. Then he gets fouled. No call.
Well, Collinsville's just going to have to play more physical. I mean, holy cow.
Olivaria from
That was a
way
28-foot
downtown.
shot. Here comes Rayshawn Taylor. He's going to slow it down. No,
No,
he's not.
He's
Here
going
he
to go in the
goes.
paint, take the shot. Good.
With the runner, Rayshawn Taylor for 2.
Been a while since anyone's scored. We've been going back and forth with no buckets being scored here for a while, and now
Timeout east side.
East St. Louis is going to take a 60-second timeout, so we will step aside for that long as well. Back in a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey, Zach Roseman. Here we are with 3.5 to go here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville with a 12-point lead. East St. Louis with the ball. Calhoun over to this side for Anderson. Out front to Olivaria and Rayshawn.
Ray. Collinsville goes to a 2-3 zone to stay away from the ball. Rayshawn Taylor gets over anxious and picks up his 4th foul.
Fourth foul
Baby.
by Rayshawn.
Got to have more discipline than that. That's the whole reason we went to a 2-3 zone, Todd.
I don't know if I've ever seen Rayshawn foul out of a game before. Maybe once. Olivaria at the free throw line for the first time. He'll hit the front end.
So you stop the clock and give them points, the two things you do not want to do.
Olivaria only had a 0 for 1 at the free throw line coming into this one. He hits that one. Now he's 1 for 2 on the year. Can't hit the second one, and Gelladini gets the rebound.
Look for Collinsville to burn some clock here.
Kahawks bring the ball up, and Smith over to Gelladini. Gelladini will walk across the timeline and get double teamed. That ball was kicked out of the hands of Gelladini by Olivaria. And that will stop the clock with 3:09.
Good call by the referees. Looks like East St. Louis is willing to trap.
Now Nate Hall is going to come back in. He'll take the place of Granger.
I'm a little surprised that Darren Lee's leaving Rayshawn out there up 11 with 3 minutes left with 4 fouls.
Gelladini to inbound. He'll do so to Kedrian Jones. Jones gets double teamed, and now
Timeout.
Coach
Good
Lee
timeout. Good
would
timeout.
like a timeout as well. Another 60-second timeout called, so we will step aside and back with more in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Oh boy, here we go. Everybody's going to sing some country roads now. Student body cheering section over there, getting down with a little John Denver.
I was just going to ask you if you knew who sang that song, Todd.
Of course I do. I'm an old guy. Gelladini set to inbound for Collinsville. 3:07 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville with a 11-point lead. And East St. Louis.
Oh, I walk another turnover.
Man, oh man.
My goodness. Well, Collinsville's going to have to show up on the defensive side of the ball here. 3 minutes left. Collinsville's up 11.
Kahoks had 18 turnovers in that game against O'Fallon. They're up to 15 right now. Here was Deshaun Anderson. Anderson brings it across the timeline. Under 3 to go here in this fourth quarter. Anderson dribbles and drives just outside the lane, and he traveled as well.
Good call. Good call.
East St. Louis with their 14th turnover.
Yeah, you know, Collinsville plays in that shootout in Edwardsville this weekend against that big Chicago team. If we turn the ball over close to 20 times, it's not going to be good.
Gelladini accepts a pass on a double-teamed Rayshawn Taylor. Now to Nate Hall. Taylor, free throw line, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound. That belongs to East St. Louis.
He got away with it.
And now we're going to stepped out of bounds. Now they're going to say he stepped over the timeline. So turnover anyway, and now we're all even in that department at 15.
Boy, Darren Lee's giving Rayshawn an earful saying, you cannot get your 5th foul, young man. Stay away from the basketball.
There is Laurent Gelladini inbounding right in front of the scorer's table. And looking into the backcourt. And now we're going to have a 5-second call.
Boy, Collinsville's doing everything they can do to keep East St. Louis in this basketball game. I thought it was a quick 5.
I did
You'd
too.
think coaching staff would call a timeout.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
There is Jason Anderson after Collinsville turns the ball over for the 16th time. Over to Oliveria. Back out front for Anderson. 2.5 to go. Anderson dribbles and then dishes it off. Gets it back in the corner. Drives baseline. No good. That ball was stripped out of his hands. Oh, and then a hard throw right in the body there.
Actually, a heads-up play
Nate
by number
Hall.
3 there.
Yeah, I know, but that was
threw it off of Hall's hip.
About 90 miles an hour he threw that ball. There's the inbound pass. Comes in. Oh, a little bit short, but now they're going to say that somebody fouled.
Yeah, Kedrian's having a hard time going straight up. He really kind of leans over and towers.
That's his 4th as well. So Jones and Taylor now with 4 fouls each, and shooting 2 from here on out will be the Flyers. And Armand Williams will have the first opportunity. He's hit 5 of 7 coming into this game. His first trip to the charity stripe tonight, and he misses. Seven of 12 are the Flyers here in the second half from the free throw line. Armand Williams, a 6'8 senior. Can't hit the second one either, and there is Gelladini with the rebound. Kahawks work the ball up, trying to chew up time on the clock. 2:05 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a big possession for Collinsville.
Gelladini has it back near the timeline and will take some time. Skirts around parallel with the midcourt stripe. Now back the other way. And a timeout called by Coach Lee again. So we will step aside as well. We are back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Turns out Jay lives right up the street from me. Yep.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Fourth quarter action, and the inbound pass comes into Smith, and then a foul is going to get called against Jashawn Anderson. He's beside himself. He was trying to fall backwards with his hands up, but he had already done the damage.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of the way. I mean, I like the effort, but if you're in the way, you're in the way. Here goes Collinsville with a chance to ice the game at the free throw line.
Kawan Smith is already 2 for 2 from the line. Both of those came here in the second half. Here's his first try, and he's good. Looking very smooth from the free throw line is Kawan Smith tonight.
Yeah, he's been shooting the ball a lot better this year. You can tell he's been working on his shot in the offseason. It's nice to have another guard that has a viable shot.
Next one on the way. That one's good as well. We'll rack up a couple of more here for Collinsville.
Hey, Jerry Sulky is proud. Let me just tell you that. I can't tell you how many times he got on Kawan Smith saying, Smitty, you got to hit your free throws.
Inbound pass comes in for East St. Louis. They now trail by 13. 1:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, now Darren Lee takes Rayshawn out, which I was waiting for a little bit earlier. Save him for the end of the game. Very smart move by Coach Darren Lee.
Around the horn it goes. Here is Oliveria out front to Anderson. Anderson will launch a three from way downtown. That misses the mark. Nate Hall is there with the rebound for Collinsville. Kahawks will work it up slowly and choose some time off the clock. 1:20 left to play.
Louis, I'm fouling now.
And almost a loose ball. Geladini gets it. And in front of his bench, he'll take it back to the midcourt stripe, split the defense, get it over to Ballinger. Ballinger with the ball on this side. And now we are going to have a foul.
Oh!
And then a tee after.
Why in the world would this young man shove Ballinger out of bounds after he fouls him intentionally? Now he's clapping for himself. Boy, that is unfortunate, Todd. That is unfortunate.
Well, LaShawn Johnson commits the foul on Ballinger, and then right when the referee blew the whistle, Johnson shoved Ballinger almost into the first row of seats.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's going to have a seat here. Frustration foul, but man, you just hate to see that out of any young player.
Well, that should be it, right? He had 3, and then you get the foul to make it 4, and then you shove for a technical to make it 5, right?
I don't know if a technical counts as a personal.
No? Okay.
I don't think it does. I could be wrong. Does it? It does.
Okay. He might have only had 2. I marked him down, and then I marked him down again, so maybe that was on me.
Well, here we go. Collinsville has a chance to ice the game from the free throw line. The junior, Caleb Ballinger, going to get a shot from the charity stripe.
That's his first trip to the stripe this year, and he misses the first one. Nothing like pressure of being out there all by yourself, huh?
Yeah, they kind of rushed it a little bit. Needs to slow down, take his time.
Next one on the way, and that one's no good as well. Now Kawan Smith will come in and take the 2 technical shots. Why not? He's had the hot hand from the free throw line. He's 4 of 4. And as soon as I say that.
Collinsville over their last 3 at the stripe. Come on, Smitty, hit your free throws.
Good thing they have a 12-point lead, man. If this was a 4-point game, it'd be a different
Got
story.
it. But the big key is we'll get the ball back.
Yeah.
You know, we went from a free throw chance to 4 free throws in the ball back, which really should seal this ball game.
Nate Hall will take care of the inbound honors. And into the backcourt it goes to Kawan Smith, who will hand to Rayshawn Taylor, who's back into the game for the final minute. Here is Kawan Smith, almost straddled that line there. He'll drive it right through the paint, all the way back around and run into his teammate Taylor. And then Smith.
Oh, he's running around like a mouse in a cage, Todd.
Yes,
Look at him go.
Running around like a mouse in a maze. Here is Smith. He'll slow things down now. 40 seconds left. He'll dribble. He'll drive. He'll shoot. And he can't get it to go. Rebound. That belongs
Collinsville's
to
no foul
Armand
situation.
Williams.
Don't foul. Don't foul.
And no foul and a missed bucket. Rebound belongs to Geladini. He'll hand off to Taylor. And Taylor will draw the foul. And then...
Yeah, just good hard play there by both players.
Well, help
Rayshawn
Olivari
Taylor
up.
extends his hand to help him up.
Now what are they going to do?
Coach Darren Lee's mad at Rayshawn Taylor.
Adrian Jones just foul out of the game. Did he pick up a foul as well? Well, KJ's back on the bench. Now the referee is talking things over with the official scorekeeper.
Did he call it double technical?
I don't know. Well, they got it up on the board that KJ's out, so he's fouled out of the game. But the initial foul I thought was going to go against East St. Louis on the blocking charge, or the blocking call. I think there's a foul on each side. Yes, there is. And the first one was against Taylor, so he will go to the line for 2. 27.6 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Maybe they just warned each side. I think they just warned each side is what happened because Kedrian Jones came off the bench. I think that's what Coach Darren Lee was mad about. And I think maybe he warned each side.
Olivaria. That was his 5th foul. So he's definitely out. And Taylor misses the front end of this one.
Yeah, continues to struggle at the line late in ball games. He's going to need to get that situation fixed up.
He's usually golden from the free throw line. Next one on the way. That one's good. Carlisle checks back into the game. Geladini to the bench as we are under 30 seconds to go here. As East St. Louis brings the ball up, Jashawn Anderson with it over on the right wing. Drives, shoots, can't get it to go. Rebound put back up against the board, and then picking up the other rebound was Jashawn Anderson. And now a timeout on the floor.
Takes a timeout, down 13 with 13 seconds left.
We'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Got to find the CEA one I had to.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 49-36 is the score. Collinsville with the lead, 13.4 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville with the ball, and it is Smith on the inbound to Taylor, and Taylor is immediately fouled by Steven Alexander, the 6'1 senior. Saw some earlier action, committed a foul, and I don't think we ever saw him again. That'll put Rayshawn back at the line with 9.8 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Rayshawn with 20 points right now, I do believe. Yep. And make that 21. That matches his high that he scored Friday against O'Fallon. Second one's good as well. And now we're going to have a bunch of underclassmen come in for Collinsville as East St. Louis prepares for what may be their final offensive possession here. Nick Graff checks into the game, as does Jackson Lee, along with Josh Chambers and Kyle Moore and young Mr. Tag Baker. Inbound pass comes in. Flyers work the ball up. Here is Anderson. He'll launch a three from the wing, and it'll be a little long, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville, and that's going to do it. Final score, Kahawks win 51-36 as we welcome you in now to the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials. Right now it is Christmas time, so all about the poinsettias at Cullip Jennings Florist. If you would like more information on the lovely Christmas plant or any of the gift offerings Cullip Jennings has, give them a call, 344-0404, or online at cullipjennings.com. Collinsville wins this one final tonight by a score of 51-36, and we will be back in just a moment with the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock team. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Back on the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Final score, Collinsville wins 51-36 and are now 6-0 on the year, and the loss knocks East St. Louis down to 3-3. For the Kahoks, leading scorer Rayshawn Taylor gets 22 points, and he is now number 9 on the all-time list for career Kahok points. He passes Kevin Stallings. He needed 15 to do that, and he had 7 more than what he needed, so that'll give him 1,510, which would put him 6 points behind the 8th place man on the list, which is Mike Hunter, who scored 1,516 points back in the early 80s. Here in this one, after Rayshawn's 22 points, you had 9 from Kawan Smith, 8 for Nate Hall, 4 each for Laurent Gelladini and Kedrian Jones, and then 2 apiece for David Granger and Logan Carlisle. Leading scorer for East St. Louis, 17 for Jushawn Anderson. After that, 6 each by Oliveria and LaShawn Johnson, 4 points for Patrick Redeye, 2 points for Amon Williams, and 1 point for Brian Calhoun. Rebounds, Collinsville ended up winning that battle, believe it or not, 24-21. Kahoks turned the ball over 16 times compared to 15 for East St. Louis. And from the lines, Collinsville went 18 of 25 from the free throw line, while East St. Louis went 8 of 18, and the three-point stripe was a bugaboo for everyone. Collinsville, better percentage, 3 of 7, while East St. Louis hit 2 of 13, and that forced them outside all night long. You talked about that, and they couldn't hit them.
Yeah, that was really the key, was first-half defense for Collinsville. Neither team played exceptionally well. I mean, the score is 51-36. Sometimes that looks more like a junior high score or a game with Lincoln involved. But Collinsville East Side, if you would have told me the over-under would be less than 90, I wouldn't even believe that.
Yeah.
But at any rate, Collinsville played well enough to win. Again, I think first-half defense, I really like to see that because we were exploited against O'Fallon in the paint. We held down the paint in the first half, and it resulted in a Collinsville win.
And it went like this, 15-5 after 1 quarter of play for Collinsville. They had the 10-point lead. They then outscored East St. Louis 10-9 in that second quarter and stretched that 10-point lead to an 11-point lead. 14-13, Collinsville had the 1-point advantage once again for that quarter and had a 12-point lead, and then they outscored East St. Louis in that fourth quarter 12-9 to post the 51-36 victory. And now Collinsville assistant coach Eric Anderson joins us. Congratulations on both the varsity and the JV side, sir.
Thanks, Todd.
Appreciate it. Nice
Yep.
sweep of East St. Louis. That's always nice.
Yeah, that is nice. There's been a lot of years that hasn't happened, so we're going to enjoy it.
We were talking mostly my counterpart over here, Dr. Chris McCluskey, about how you guys were closing off the inside, the post plays, the paint plays, and everything like that. You forced East St. Louis to shoot three-pointers, and that's something they're not that good at.
Our emphasis after the O'Fallon game was just try to keep guys in front of us, keep a foot in the paint, kind of make them shoot over top of us, and I think our defensive effort was much better tonight. We were very pleased with it. It was a sloppy game. I think it was sloppy both ways, a lot of fouls. We were a little out of sync offensively. We were a little frustrated. There was times where, it felt like it was a much closer game than it was. We were still up 12-13, and we were frustrated because we just weren't running our offense very well. We weren't executing what we wanted to do. And, again, there's there's a lot of areas for improvement for us, but defensively, which was our focus, I thought we did an excellent job. We held number 4 Johnson, their leading scorer, to 6 points. Laurent Geladini had an outstanding game defensively.
Yeah, he was my pregame interview. You can thank me for that.
Yeah, there you go. And he rebounded the heck out of the ball. I mean, he did a lot of good things out there, and it doesn't always, he doesn't always score a ton of points, but he's definitely very important for us to have out there.
Did Kawan Smith get faster?
I don't know. He's always been pretty fast. He's pretty quick.
Man,
Yeah.
I tell you what, he put on some good moves out there. And I always mention that, too. He's not just fast with his feet. He's fast with his hands.
Yes, he's very quick. East St. Louis has a couple guys that are pretty quick as well. So watching them all match up, I don't know how those officials keep up. So it's easy to miss some calls. It happens so quick.
Yeah, Rayshawn Taylor had a little bit of an off night, I think. I think he improved over his free throws from the O'Fallon game, but he was having a harder time hitting field goals.
Yeah, he pressed a little bit. In East St. Louis, they wear on you a little bit. We ask Ray to play a lot of minutes. He doesn't really get much break, timeouts here and there. He catches his breath. But, East St. Louis sped us up a little bit. I thought we made some poor decisions attacking when we should have probably just pulled it out, kept running some clock. And, but we're learning. We'll show them on film. And I think Ray was disappointed in how he played. Not that he played poorly.
No.
I just think we made some bad decisions. Him and Skeet, I think, were a little disappointed in themselves, because that's the level they're at. They're so good that they have high expectations of themselves. And, but, again, I thought both of those guys guarded pretty well. And I think that if we can execute a little bit better, in the long run, we're going to be awfully tough to beat.
Nate Hall had some very important minutes as well, and big back-to-back three-point shots, man. Big sinks there.
Yeah, he's capable, and what I love about Nate is he's just confident. Whether the shot looks great or not, he thinks he's going to make it. That's one reason he's a confident guy out there, and he's going to have some big games for us. But I thought he did a nice job altering some shots, rebounding the ball, and defensively he did a much better job. We wanted to get him a little bit tougher on the interior, and I think he did that tonight.
All right, JV game, you guys won 59-42. I watch as much as I can of the JV, but I'm setting up my equipment. I'm getting interviews
Sure.
and stuff, so I don't get to watch too much of it. But from what I saw, a very competitive game, and your guys held tough the whole way through.
Yeah, I got a good group of juniors, and that helps. Any year you can play a lot of juniors at the JV level, I feel like it's definitely an advantage. Physically, mentally, those guys, they've been running this offense for a while, and Josh Chambers had another great game rebounding the ball, and Caleb Ballinger really scored it. He had 20-something, and East St. Louis didn't have an answer for him. So, but overall, both, I tell our JV team, you're guarding, Rayshawn Taylor and Kawan Smith in practice. I said, I think you can keep these guys in front of you.
Yeah,
that's our goal anyway.
That's just going to make them better. All right, so now we got to look forward to a couple of back-to-back trips to Edwardsville Friday and Saturday. First, we're playing the Tigers on Friday. Your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, it's going to be completely different than what you saw tonight. It's going to be much different pace. Edwardsville, they really like to slow it down. They run offense. They run sets about every single time down. I imagine they're not going to want to play very fast against us. They want to limit the possessions in the game, and it's going to be a lot different than what we saw tonight, and we're going to have to adjust to that. And hopefully we can put some pressure on them, speed them up a little bit, and most importantly, hopefully we can play with a lead against them.
Very next night, you go back to Edwardsville and play Chicago Morgan Park.
And then it's going to go back to this a little bit more, but a lot more talent.
Yeah.
Morgan Park, they're very, very talented, and we got to watch some film on them already, and they got a lot of guys that can score. They play fast. They shoot what I call bad shots real quick without making any passes, guy in their face, and they make a lot of bad shots. That's the talent they have. They'll look bad at times because of those types of shots. They're the quick contested shots, deep sometimes, and then other times, they're going to be making those, and they look unstoppable. So we're hoping that we can come up with some kind of a game plan, some scheme, and see if we can give ourselves a chance.
Thanks for the visit, sir. We'll see you Friday in Edwardsville.
All right, Todd. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Eric Anderson, the JV head coach and the assistant varsity coach here for Collinsville as the Kahawks win tonight 51-36. Not so fortunate for the girls. They were playing at East St. Louis tonight, and the Kahawks drop another tough one, 65-47. Kristen Mitchell led the way with 18 points. Katie Knutson had 11 points and 10 rebounds. Astasia Bush had 11 points, and Faith Lodgegren ended up with 6 assists and 5 steals. in that loss. So now the Lady Kahawks, who started off 4-0, have lost their last 3, and they are now 4-3 on the year. Collinsville Kahok, the boys' side, they improved to 6-0. East St. Louis drops to 3-3. As we mentioned, Collinsville will be at Edwardsville on Friday, and for East St. Louis on that same day, they will make a trip all the way up north to Alton to take on the Redbirds. That is going to do it from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for the night. Big thank you to Laurent Gelladini for joining me on the pregame show, and the same likewise for the postgame participant. That would be assistant coach Eric Anderson, and a big thank you, of course, goes to Dr. Chris McCluskey filling in on the color commentary and Zach Roseman on the camera once again. Well, we are off tomorrow, and then we're back at it on Thursday. We'll make our first basketball road trip of the year. We'll head to O'Fallon for a little girls basketball as your Lady Kahawks look to break that 3-game losing streak against the Panthers. That'll be Thursday night. 7:30 is the scheduled tip-off, so we'll be on around 7:10 or so whenever the JV game ends. And until Thursday night, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your evening.